boy, what a crowd. You know, a few months ago, in fact, it was last fall, when a person talked to me out in the hallway one day, the comment was, you know, in these tough economic times, and you want to talk about economic development in this community, what the county should do or needs to do is to get Detroit Mountain going again. And we stood in the hallway and talked about the various aspects and costs and making it affordable, and how could there be a balance so that it could be a recreational activity that everyone could afford in the area. And gee, it sounded really good. And especially when we recognize that our county commissioners a few years ago put together a vision statement. And you know, this county has changed over the years. It was a very rural agricultural community at one time, and of course the lakes and things have been one of our greatest assets. But the dynamics of it probably, and I guess you could have demographers tell you how much it's changed, but it's changed to a recreational community a great deal. And that might be a real solid source of I don't want to say economic development or funds, but as we talked in the hallway, we said, you know, even if this isn't an economic boom for the community, what are the other positive factors of it? And recreational activity for our children, our young adults, or our adults that like to continue to ski and play in the snow and the tubing on it and all that. And then we had some further conversations, and we said, yes, that's wintertime activity, but you know, campgrounds are kind of tight around here. What a beautiful campground to go up there and overlook the city and different things. And then there was conversation about, yes, but summertime activity, the way things have gone, if it's a summertime activity, you need some kind of a water event. Well, does that mean a swimming pool? And then we said, you know, with that kind of terrain, would it be possible to have a water slide with that kind of terrain? And we just kind of dared to dream about it. Well, we talked a little more about, like I said, tubing hills, and could that be reasonably inexpensive to get going? And we certainly everybody probably here, or a lot of them, the ultimate would be to get the ski hill going again, because that's a lot of the comments and the emails I have received, and I think other people have had as well, that, boy, they remember a lot of fun times up there. And as again we talked, we said, you know, we have a rural transit system. If we did have a fun place for kids to go, and on the national scale they're talking about, you know, the obesity of our kids, they're saying 40% have an obese problem. That's probably not around here, certainly, but and it's because of what? Inactivity. Sitting in front of the TV, doing this, doing that. And would this get them outside? We don't know. But would it be one more thing for them to get out and play in? And then we talked about, okay, there's a lot of single parent families now. They probably are working 6, sometimes 7 days a week, 2 different jobs, 3 different jobs. And if this truly was a county function, we have a rural transit system that doesn't run on the weekends. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe the school systems, the buses, and I know you have limited use of that, so if there's somebody in the school here, don't jump up right away, but you know, could that rural transit system or the bus systems run a route on the weekend to go out, pick up kids at Frazee and Ogama and Callaway and Lake Park and Audubon, and you run a route out in the morning, pick up these kids, bring them in, and they could recreate for the day at that event. And so we really, what we kind of, the terminology I've used is dare to dream what we could do with that mountain. And we talked about it quite a bit, but we talked with little conversation with the commissioners, and we felt that in order for this to be a project that should either move forward or stop, the commissioners need to have a discussion as a group. So we brought it to the commissioners, and for the purpose of getting it out in the public for discussion. Because I think there is enough discussion in the area, both good and bad, that it needs to be a public issue. I mean, after all, public lands and public dollars and different things are yours to decide what to do with through your elected bodies. And so I don't know, I suppose maybe 2 or 3 months ago, John, we talked about it at the board meeting, and there's just been minimal feedback on it, but it's been constant. And in visiting with a few other people to see what their thoughts are on it, and you people visiting amongst yourself, and then having some energetic people around that want to get things stirred. I'm looking at Mark over there, Fritz. He put this together to see what kind of interest there is out there.